Good evening, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good. Is it ping with a clear yes in the evening, my dear youngsters? Come on, everybody, go ping yes on your chat box, guys. Quick. Yes, am I audible to you all? Good evening, all. Anubhav, Saniha, Siddhi. Thank you, Mashrat, Kamlesh, Chaitanya, Gaurav, Magna, Anubhav. Yeah, Kalyani. Thank you so much for being quick, guys. Thank you so much, Simran. Yeah. Good to connect with you guys again. Let's have a productive week ahead. And I'm going to start off with a simple question today. I want you to please look into your chat box. And who can answer this very simple question called as this? What is vocabulary, my dear youngsters, today? Today, for a change, we'll focus on verbal abilities a little. So I want you to pay attention. So tell me, guys, what do you think the word vocabulary means to you? Whatever comes to mind, I want you guys to register that as an answer on the chat box quick. Gandhi, you raised your hand. Gandhi Selvan. May I know what is your concern, Gandhi? Can you just type in? Let me know. Gandhi, I'm waiting for your response. You raised your hand, Gandhi, or did you click it by mistake? Yes, Gandhi, can you respond? Okay, you guys are slowly, yeah. Okay, you guys are slowly responding on the question. Fine. Gandhi, if you still have any concerns, please raise it up immediately, my dear friend. Okay. Anubhav says set of words. Set of words makes a sentence, isn't it? Set of words within a language. Simran says set of words within a language. Anything else? Collection of words, says Gaurav. Okay. All right. Okay. I've observed all your answers so far. And guys, you talk about vocabulary. Okay. You talk about vocabulary. Definitely it's to do with words. No doubt. I'll agree with you guys on your common answer. It is to do with words. But we must know, guys, when a synonym, let's say when a word ends with ARY, I want you to observe, guys, when a word ends with ARY as a suffix, most of the times, okay? Yeah, Anubhav, we use it in a daily life, like chatting, writing, reading, all fine. Please, I want you to observe my answer as well here. So when a word ends with ARY, it talks about a system. For example, primary, tertiary, secondary. It's a primary healthcare center. I hope you guys are following me. So that means it's got a system there. Okay. So vocabulary, to be honest, the exact meaning is system of words. System of words. I want you to slowly catch up with me, guys. Okay. I'm just trying to push you guys towards vocabulary right now. Okay. Now, I want you youngsters to quickly look into this particular word, please. There are ways in which words formed in a language. Since we talk about English, so we'll try to look into it. How did words formed in English a little quick, because we always should know the roots are clear for us. Okay, so I really want you to observe carefully, guys. Okay, I was just telling you about English words. How did it formulated is what I'm trying to look into it right now. Okay, Jolo, which is the I have a strategic question. Which this is Prabhat. Good evening to you. Which is let me put it across this way. Which is the most widely spoken language in the world? Which is most widely, I'm sorry, I've written as mostly widely, no, sorry. Which is most widely spoken language in the world? English. People are like, yes, getting on with English. Oh no. Okay, only one good answer. English, English. Okay, I observed your answer. Which is the oldest language in the world? I know I'm just going to go to another question. I got English as an answer for my previous question. I just did observed. Rapa says Sanskrit, I believe, because you stopped with Sans. Are you guys answering for the oldest language in the world? Okay, I want you to observe, guys. And there are some who says Tamil, Latin. Which is the oldest language in the world, which I asked you? That's my second question. Greek, says Chaitanya. Okay. I observed all your answer, my dear friends. Egyptian, says Sanihan, sorry. Landa. Supravat, Landa? Garu says Sanskrit. Thanks for all your answers so far, my dear friends. Okay. Um, okay, I'm going to give my answer for the second question, which is the oldest language in the world. Don't take me wrong, guys. I want to be, see, since we dealt so much on the logical front, the recent past, the oldest language should be a body language. I'm sorry, I didn't type an A in between. There's a typo error. Seriously, guys, please don't take me wrong. Okay. Please observe this one. The oldest language is body language, because when I say this, the world knows it's shut up or something like that. Okay. When I say this, people know, come here and all that. When I say that, go away from me. Do you understand? I'll say like that, with body language, we can actually speak without even speaking, my dear friends. Okay. I wish you guys observed my second question, which is the oldest language in the world, which I asked you. World over, there are common body languages that we know. From those body languages, okay, people start to make noises or sounds, and that particular sound somehow structured as a language. That's how a language evolved. Okay, check it out, guys. World over, for mother, okay, it's mama, mom, matr. Do you understand? It goes with ma. You close your mouth and open up, it goes ma, like that. Okay, so that is, we have to accept. Before that, people used to show love with through body language to mom and all that. Okay, slowly a language got evolved. Okay, and that had a greater importance later on, and body language is still there in the business. Nobody realizes that's the oldest language which is used to communicate. Am I clear? That's the whole point. I'm moving on. I want you to observe. I did ask you what's the oldest language in the, what's the language widely spoken by people? Okay. And for that, the right answer is Mandarin, my dear friends. I don't know how many of you have not realized this. Mandarin should be the one. Look at population of China, the length and breadth of the country. Yes, yes. Siddhi, we have to be so logically right. Okay. I'm talking about the length and the breadth of the country. And look how many people they engage in the language. Okay. So that is definitely, my difference. No doubt it's Mandarin. That's the right answer. Okay. Um, it's widely spoken, not English. Still, the number of speakers of English can't match with the numbers of, okay, Mandarin as a language speakers are the highest in the world. Gandhi, you still have anything to speak, my dear? You ought to make sure something. You can type in, because this is the second time I'm seeing you raise your hand up. Quick, I need some responses from you, Gandhi. Please type in. Gandhi Selvin M. Quick minute over there. By the time Gandhi responds, I'll continue. Everybody pay attention. English is approximately, guys, 1100 years old, not more than that. 1100 years old. I want you to pay attention. Okay, how this language evolved, if you closely look at this particular language, it's the most heavily borrowed language in the world, guys. Most heavily borrowed language in the world. I want you all to please pay attention. And the way it has grown is immense. I must let you know. Most heavily borrowed language, I said, most heavily borrowed language in the world. If you look at it, okay, the origin of English as such, okay, it has a lot of influence. Okay, it's actually originated from West Germany and all that. A lot of influence of, let's say, Latin words were there initially, and then slowly French and other European languages had a good say in it, and slowly it evolved as a brilliant language, my friends. It just got structured so much. If you ask me, guys, the number of words available for any language in the world, the highest is with English, no doubt, guys. It's been estimated around 1 million words are there in English. I want you to pay attention. Around 1 million words are there in English. Okay, so that makes English as a language. Okay, and if you look into the vocabulary, remember I told you what's vocabulary? System of words in a language. I'm trying to bring in a context over here. How did in English language evolved? Okay, I'm going to support that a little faster because I want you all to know the basics a little stronger. Okay, so I want you to observe my question now to you guys. Have you guys ever come across this word called as? I'm not going to say it for some reason. Look at this word, guys. I typed in a word. Do you all know what's the meaning of the word juggernaut? I said now. What's the meaning of the word juggernaut? Who knows it? There are a couple of systems that 2 or 3 systems I'm going to teach you today before I really head into vocabulary as such. Who knows the meaning of the word juggernaut? And thanks for your response, my dear. Heard this, but you've not heard it. Fictional, not frictional. Siddhi. Friction is different, right? Fictional character in Marvel with E there, comics, I read there. Yeah, you could have. It's fine, Siddhi, no problem. Correction is always required. Even I feel sorry whenever I type something, wrong in a hurry. Could have that. Okay, fine, Siddhi, I'm moving on. I did ask you. Okay, have you guys heard of this word called as Jagannath? Now, I'm going to say it for a few times. You'll realize Supravat connects with the Jagannath festival there. Nice. Okay, the word Jagannath, I'm going to say it a few times. Jagannath, 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 Jagannath. It sounds like Jagannath, our Indian word, isn't it? An Indian word. A name. Okay, a name. Definitely it sounds like Jagannath. Okay. Now tell me, guys, where this word Jagannath is popular in our country. You can let me know that. Quick answers, Odisha. So the quick answers are like that. Odisha. Have you guys heard about Puri festival? I hope yes. Thanks for quick pinging, guys. Okay. Odisha and all that. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah. Puri festival. Guys, I have a few words I'm going to ask you a little later. But then why this Puri festival is so popular, guys? Any idea? Jagannath Yatra. All right. There we go. People are Rath Yatra. Beautiful. Guys, what do you mean by Rath? Rath is a Hindi word. Do you agree, guys? Rath is a Hindi word, a Sanskrit word. You can say it that way. No problem. What do you mean by Rath here? How do you translate that in English? Can somebody translate the word in English? The word Rath. Chariot. All right, okay. I'm immediately getting cart, says Anya. See, then the others feels it's chariot. Okay. Guys, do you know something? Chariots are drawn. Okay, I want you to observe. Chariots are drawn by animals. Do you agree? Especially horses. How about Puri Rath Yatra? Simply, what is 44 and 54? Okay, so I want you to observe. Chariots are drawn by animals. For example, a horse-driven chariot, a bull-driven, let's say, a cart. Yeah, no problem. Sometimes we make some errors. So I want you guys to observe. Please observe the literal translation for the word Rath, whatever you guys have given, is not the right one. I want you youngsters to realize what you're stating. Because this particular Rath that we talk about, they'll keep the deity inside that particular huge rath, according to you, I'm saying right now. Okay. And they take out for a procession around the temple premises. Do you all understand me? Can you guys tell me quickly, yes or no? Do you all follow me that? Good on you guys. Okay. Now, this particular rath, is it who draws it? Who pulls it? Who pulls the rath? You tell me, guys. I'm asking some logical questions here. Who pulls the rath? Elephants and humans. I'm talking about, let's talk about Puri Rath Yatra. Do you think elephants are drawing it or humans? Perfect. Humans. And Gaurav was being a little gender specific of saying man. Religious affairs mostly handled by men, Gaurav, isn't it? I don't want to sound so. It's fine, Gaurav. I'm not blaming you at all. Please observe. Most of the religions, rituals are done by no Gaurav, don't feel bad. There's a serious logic or a fact in it. Please observe, most of the religious rituals are performed by men. I don't want to sound like at this point of time so gender specific towards men, but I have to talk about facts here. Because with no offense to any women out here, Gaurav, don't feel sorry about it. Okay, don't take me wrong. Everybody, please, let's have a open mindset here. Look into all the religious affairs, my youngsters. I think every other woman also should accept this. We talk about gender equality, gender inclusivity, and all of that. How many of you are realizing a fact that when it comes to religious affairs, men has a greater hand in it, women has a limited role to play in any religion. Guys, I'm not touching a particular religion out here. I'm talking about almost all the major religions in the world. Women has limited or no role or a limited role in religious affairs, guys. Okay. Do you think, guys, women are allowed in, don't take me wrong, guys, in Hinduism, are they allowed in Garbhagraha and all that to do pujas? Do you think so? Don't take me wrong, guys. I've just initially taken up Hinduism first. You look into, okay, if there are some followers of Islam, guys, with no offense to any of your religion, my guys, okay, I really want to sound so neutral. There can be women who are so good at, okay, let's say doing sermon. A sermon is a preaching of God, news, and all that. Okay. Yes, I'll get back to you. The rarity we'll talk about. I'm talking about the general part of it. Okay. Generally, okay, please observe, as I just told you, even in Islam, a woman who knows in and out of Quran can able to do a preaching about, let's say, Islam and all that. Okay. But don't take me wrong. Again, with no offense to anyone, let's talk practically out here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to answer that. Please observe. So it's like so, okay, so sorry to state this. None of the religions are giving greater importance to women when it comes to religious and ritual affairs. I'm very, very particular. Religious and rituals, big time, I'm talking about. Okay. None of the women can become head of, let's say, a Jamaat. Okay. Please understand. Nobody can. Okay. And have you ever heard about any women Dalai Lamas? I'm talking about Buddhism out here. Any Dalai Lamas as women? Lamas as women? Okay, you would not see that. I'm talking about, let's say, the three major religions at this point of time. Okay. No, in Buddhism also, it is Buddha. See there. Okay. In Christianity, don't take me wrong, guys. No offense to anybody again here. So it's all Jesus centric. After the birth of Jesus, he's called as Jesus Christ. And they named it as even Christians, isn't it? I mean, yeah, Christians and all that. Okay. Please observe. Even before that, okay, Christianity was there in a different name, could have been. But later on, okay, it just took, okay, name of, let's say, Son of God or whatsoever. I'm not going to go deep into it. I want you all to realize it's all male centric, guys. That's what I'm trying to let you know at this point of time. Okay, I'm still moving on. I really want you youngsters to realize. I did ask for the meaning of the word Juggernaut. Remember, that's where it's all started. Yeah. Now, I want you to pay attention, guys. I'm going to give you a context which is called this this is one particular learning that I want you all to learn, guys. Any word with ends with logy refers to study of something. I want you to observe, guys. Study of anything, study of something. Okay. I'm going to teach you something initially today. Okay, called something called as etymology. Etymology. For those who are wondering, what is this all about? It's a study of um, uh, origin of words. Exact words I'm trying to bring in. Study of origin of words. I want you guys to pay attention, please. This is one way that you can enhance your vocabulary. My initial part of this session is aimed at increasing your vocabulary skills a little. Okay. Because if you're strong in vocabulary, guys, you'll do wonders in two areas. That is verbal abilities and also in your communication as a language and all that. You'll have a greater say on it. Okay. So this is what I'm teaching you initially. This particular logic is called as etymology, study of origin of words. This word Juggernaut has its origin from Odisha. Okay. And the Britishers saw this immaculate event called as Puri Yatra. They just can't believe what they saw in the name of devotion. I want you guys to observe. A devotee's name is also derived out of this word called as devotion. That means selfless, totally surrendering themselves to God and all that. Such people are called as devotees. I want you to observe. And you guys are attendees of this particular online session. So I really want you to pay attention, my friends. Okay, I just want to bring a quick context to it. Guys, whenever Puri Yatra happened earlier, okay, there used to be some fatalities. You know what's fatalities, I believe, right? Okay. Fatalities, any idea? What is the fatalities and all that? I think I still again missed out A after L. Means some deaths were reported. I want you guys to pay attention. During Rath Yatra, in Purika Rath Yatra, there were deaths reported. And that happened because of when people pull. Now I'm going to let you know the real English word for the word Rath. Okay, it's not chariot. It's called as temple car, guys. I want you to observe. It's a temple car. It's a vehicle where they'll carry, okay, the deity and they'll go around the premises of the temple. It's called as a temple car. That's a real English word there, guys. Okay, don't call it as chariot henceforth, guys. Okay, so that is the world's tallest, possibly heaviest as well. I said possibly heaviest, but I'm so sure the tallest temple car in the world. They've not seen a man-made vehicle which is so tall and drawn by people. And when the Europeans, mostly Brits, when they just can't believe their own eyes. It was so well done, well, let's say correlated by the people and all that. Okay, and when they happen to see when the chariots were drawn, not the chariots, the temple car was drawn a little quicker by the people, my youngsters. The tall wheels sometimes had to run a little faster, and when the people are thronged around the vehicle, some of them it can even crush them and go a little faster, and there were deaths were reported. This was a huge issue for the Puri management and all that. Okay, for the festival committee and all that, and they wanted to bring an end to this particular let's say unholy thing which happened in a holy event. And when they had a huge discussion with the let's say with the committee members, there was one particular okay, some of them, they came forward, volunteered and said, we will bring an end to this particular menace. Okay, and they came out with an outstanding or out of the box solution to this particular problem. That is, guys, okay, those are willing to sacrifice themselves, they'll be around that particular wheel, and whenever it was drawn a little faster, they'll go sacrifice themselves in front of the wheels, acting like a speed breaker, guys, one after the other. So when these huge wheels go over them, some may die, some may not die, and they feel if they die on this holy reason, they go to moksha. That's heaven. In other words, they go to moksha. And this was witnessed by the Europeans first, especially Brits, I told you. And they were like, they can't believe themselves. What they saw is something they've never witnessed. In the name of God, people are sacrificing. Such devotees are so devotional and they sacrifice their own life. And listen to me, guys. And they named and coined this term called this, okay, Juggernaut. Something, Juggernaut means huge and unstoppable, guys. Remember, huge and unstoppable. That's what the meaning they've derived at for this word called as Juggernaut. Because this is a typical example. I've given it for etymology because it's the origin is our Indian language word. So I just gave it to you. If you guys are so keen about improvising your language skills, spend some time on etymology. You'll get to know some beautiful words in which English has taken away from so many languages. Probably you should start from your own language. Okay, you'll get to know so many words are taken up from, okay, our own language, my friends. That's why I told initially, English is the most borrowed language in the world, guys. That's the first learning that I'm starting with, my friends. Guys, what is arigato? Any idea? Who can answer this? I'm just going a little away. Thank you. In Japanese, do you all agree, guys? In Japanese, it's called as arigato. Domo arigato. Means thank you so much. Okay, that's it. Okay, now I want you to pay attention. Yeah, thank you very much and all that. That's one step extra. Not just thanking, thank you so much and all that. Okay, fantastic. I really want you to pay attention, guys. You'll find people speaking in English. They also use such terms at times to let us know and all that. Okay. Now, I really want you to observe. Okay. Okay, I want you to observe. I'm going to type in a question again. Because this is quite, I've seen quite a few papers, in placement papers, I've seen this question for identifying meanings to this word and all that. Okay, I'll just type in a challenging word for you guys now. All right, okay. Okay, I'll type it. Guys, check it out. What do you mean by this term? Bon voyage. Quick answer, please. What do you mean by the term bon voyage? It's not good. It's happy journey. Actually, it's happy journey. It's not about good journey. It's all about happy journey and all that. Yeah. So bon means happy. Observe simple logic. Voyage is journey. I really want you to observe this way. John means bon means happy. And of course, voyage is like taking a journey and all that. Okay. So simple logic. I wanted to associate and learn right like this. Okay, guys, I've seen seriously working in MNC cultures, they use some okay foreign words as well little. So just like that, there are certain organizations want to test you there as well little. So as of now, please have this in mind. I can give you many such words. Okay, in English, sorry, non-English languages like starting from South Indian to Hindi words and all that. Okay, how many of you know, my dear friends, the word shampoo? Okay, is arrived from a Hindi word called as champu. Do you all know this? Champu became shampoo, what we apply it on our head for taking bath and all that. Okay. And the word cart had its again origin from Hindi again. Cart. They call cart like a small, let's say, bed to sleep is called as cart. I'm just typing in a Hindi version of it. Cart. Cart. That's an English version of it. Okay. There are lot many words I'm telling you. The word masala, so many words you'll find it in English dictionary these days. Oxford, you take about in Cambridge dictionary. There are so many Indian words. The biryani is a word very popular. Katia became cart. Okay, it all evolved like that, my dear friends. You know, one more thing is the word thug. It's a Hindi word again. You talk about hey thug life and all that, right? That is a Hindi word. Thuggy. Do you agree, guys? Thuggy. The word thuggy, the word thug arrived. in English. That it's been taken like that directly, guys. So many words I can let you know. Okay. So I know some South Indian languages as well. So from those words, a lot of words took it up by English as such. Are there any Telugu guys here? Telugu? If you have said ping ping, yes, quick. Pravalika. Mhm. Have you guys come across this word? Because this goes for anyone out here. Bandicoot. They say it in English, bandicoot. See, these also from Telugu, right? Okay, Chaitanya, good on you guys. What is a bandicoot? Bandicoot in English? Bandicoot. How does it sound, Telugu guys? Bandikutulu. What does it mean? Any idea? Rat. Not just a rat, a huge rat. Please observe. Not just a rat, a huge rat. I'll ask another question. Telugu guys can answer quick. Which animal fights the best against a cobra? How do you say that in Telugu? I repeat, which animal fights the best against cobra? Mungisa, as Pravalika says, Mungisa. That's nothing but mongoose. That's nothing but mongoose. That's it. Okay, not Mungisa, Prachi. It's Mungisa. But the real English word that it's arrived upon that particular word called as mongoose. Okay. Just to give you again, my friends, a fair idea about what is etymology. If you guys are really, you're so much focused about improvising your vocabulary, I'll suggest you guys to start with etymology. Start with your own language, known languages, and in English. You connect that way. You will improvise your language skills like anything. Yeah, yeah. I'm moving on. I want you to observe, guys. The first thing which I learned today is called as etymology. Second thing, this is very important, guys. I call it as RPS method. RPS method, which according to me, my reference, is the best way to look into meanings of the words. Any big words that you happen to see in English, henceforth, I don't want you guys to feel bad. Feel a bit more comfortable, because all you have to do is understand this particular RPS method smart. You can crack big words easily, guys. I want you youngsters to pay attention now. Okay. I'm going to ask a few questions now. If you know the answer, please quickly answer. The first word which I want to give it to you is okay. I want to give you something you guys could have come across, but still can be a challenging one. Okay, I'm going to type in, guys. Who can know this meaning, guys? Pugilist. Who knows the meaning of the word pugilist? Anybody can type in, but don't. I really don't want you youngsters to look into Google and all that. If you know, you answer. Okay, so the approach says boxer, boxer. I want you guys to observe this word, guys. Those who doesn't know, don't feel bad. These are rare words in English. Guys, I'm generally saying, as a context, the word RPS actually stands for root, prefix, and suffix. That's it. If you can smartly look around, my friends, a big word especially, is a component of these three. These three are components of a big word in English generally, guys. Okay. But take this example of the word pugilist. Okay. And I always want you to look into the prefix and the suffix first, and then look into the root in the middle. Okay. I told you it can be combination of these three. Sometimes two, like it goes like this: prefix and the root. Sometimes root and the suffix, or all three. So the combinations are like these. So don't worry. First, pay attention. This word pugilist. Okay, we don't find a proper prefix there, but I can say you this word is a combination of a root plus suffix, a suffix. Guys, I want you to observe. So here the suffix is ist. Hope you guys can able to connect that way. For example, guys, listen to this one: marine biologist, optometrist, Look at the words I'm trying to use. Astronomist, astrophysicist, a dentist. I want you guys to observe the logic out here is very simple, my friends. A specialist. I want you to remember a specialist in a profession. Okay, that's why ist always, the moment it comes, there's ist as the prefix. I'm sorry, suffix. The moment you get it, please. Okay, again, there's a spelling mistake I made. Specialist. Specialist as a term. I want you to remember. Okay, dentist, orthodontist. Look at the words they're using. Okay, who knows the meaning of the word orthodontist by any chance? A dentist. You all could have heard about the word dentist. There's another specialist called as dentist. So what does he want me to be dentist? They generally called as orthodontist. You heard it. But do anybody know about the meaning of the word dentist? The word ortho to dental specialist. They can also be, listen, they can also be a dentist, right? Why they called as dentist? A dental specialist is a dentist. But who's a dentist then? Understand my question, Mary guys? Okay, who's a dentist then? So that means the first thing what you have to realize is IST means that's a specialist, a professional. Yeah, there we go. So this says, yeah, people they have misaligned, let's say, mouth cavity. So they said it right, through surgeries and all that. Such specialists are called as orthodontist. They're one step ahead of dentists. What dentists can't fix, orthodontist will fix. Okay, so that is how it is, my dear friends. Okay, so one logic that you learned today, words ending with ist means a noun. Please understand, noun is name of a person, place, things, and all that, right? So it's the name of a person here. So logic is, I'm teaching you indirectly, guys, through suffix. Also, we can able to identify the meaning of a word. With ist, we can say that is a noun, name of a person, a specialist. So we can take it that way. Okay. So I want you to pay attention. Dentist is what we saw right now, but I asked it called as something called as pugilist. Now the word pug as a root. Okay, guys, have you ever heard about this particular three letters together as pug anywhere? Whoever knows it can ping in with your answer. What do you mean by the term pug? Have you ever heard of this word called as pug? Is there anybody who can answer? A dog breed. Yeah, of course. Now people are connecting. Do you remember, guys, there's a Vodafone ad which became so popular? It follows the master. A dog will follow the master wherever the master goes. That's an indirect meaning that, okay, of the particular ad I'm talking about. A bulldog is huge. So the bulldog is huge. This is a small variant. It's a small breed. The behavior, yeah, at times, yeah, it acts a bit, okay, puggish. I call it as puggish. So the word pug means, guys, anywhere you see the three letters together, pug, it means, my youngsters, please observe, it means aggressive. Aggressive. Okay. Now, guys, what is delicious? Who can answer this? Delicious. What does it mean, delicious? I'm asking you simple question now. Tasty. Okay, we talk about the quality of food. Do you all agree? We talk about the quality of a food, and the quality is so tasty. Okay, I really want you to pay attention. The quality is so tasty. That's why we use the word delicious. Okay. Now I want to observe any words with ends with ous as a suffix. I want you to observe, guys. Okay, has a meaning, guys. It talks about the quality. Simple logic. It talks about quality. Okay. For example, delicious. Now I'm going to ask you. Just remember, anytime a word ends with ous, the immediate word which should hit your brain is the word quality. Now I'm going to ask you this. I'll give you the meaning. Pugilist. Okay. IST means specialist. Pug means aggressive. Okay, just combine together and look into it, guys. Okay, now listen. We talk about the specialist out here. I come back. Probably I'll come back. Okay, we talk about a specialist out here. Okay, IST, a pugilist. The most aggressive, let's say, sport, okay, in the world is boxing, guys. Okay, boxing. I really want you to pay attention, guys. Okay, boxing. You check it out, guys. The most aggressive sport in, let's say, in Olympics and all that is definitely boxing. Okay, and the moment it starts, it can even end in few seconds, my friends. Few seconds, when a knockout and all that. Okay, so a pugilist is a person who shows his aggression as a specialist and all that. So a pugilist means a boxer. That's it. Simple answers that. Okay. Now, can you answer what is this, my friends? This is a test immediately on you guys. I really want you to work it out well. What's pugnacious then? Pugnacious. Anybody can answer. You'll find whatever I taught you just a while. Aggressive? What? Prachi, what is aggressive? Aggression of? Can you just expand that a little? Guys, what I taught you guys about words ending with OUS? What have I taught you guys? Quality. That's it, Prachi. Add together. Aggressive quality. Do you understand? Aggressive quality of a person. Now think about Virat Kohli right now. Think a while about Virat Kohli. Even when his team members, when they take a wicket out, okay, Virat will go jump around, and show his aggression like anything. Sometimes he goes a little wide, in the sense like he goes a little extra and uses some words which are not, I would say, okay, parliamentary and all that. That means use some cuss words and all that. I want to pay attention. For example, sometimes it goes a little over and shouts around Ben Stokes. I hope you know what's Ben Stokes, but don't tell me now. Don't write anything. It's just on a funny note. I'm just sharing this with you. So that is his quality, my friends. He's ever been aggressive. When anybody who's so aggressive, you can say that person is so pugnacious. Okay. Likewise. All right. Okay. So hope you guys can understand that. Okay. That's an example for RPS method, my dear guys. RPS method. With the help of root, prefix, and suffix, you can able to identify the meanings by breaking it out. Like the Britishers used a particular technique called as divide and rule, my dear youngsters. Remember that, okay? The same thing what we're applying through RPS method. When you find a tough word, I want youngsters to divide and see what are the meaningful group of letters available in it. Okay, that can really make you guys to work out so good, my friends. Okay, so I'll move on. I'm going to give another. I want to observe this particular word. Now I want to divide and see whether what are the prefix, suffix, any root in it. We'll find an answer. I'm going to give you another, okay, commonly asked questions, okay, in, let's say, vocabulary, synonyms or antonyms. They used to ask such questions. So I really want you all to pay attention, my youngsters. This method, I want to give you a nice example. So I'm just thinking, which word shall I use it? Okay, I want you guys to observe this one, please. I just typed in a word. Some of you could have definitely heard of it. Okay, what is infidelity? Because again, words ending with ity will talk about quality. I'm telling you now. Okay, I'll give you an idea. It talks about the quality. Another thing, if you can connect this to the next level, it's nothing but an adjective, guys. An adjective. What's the role of an adjective? To showcase the noun. Am I clear? Now, Siddhi immediately says not being faithful. Infidelity means not being faithful. Simple logic. The word in means against. Am I clear? The word in means against. All these means against. Yeah. Fiddle. The word fiddle, guys, I want to observe. Fiddle refers to faith. Okay, refers to faith. I'm sorry, again, I made a spelling error. Refers to faith. I want you guys to pay attention. Hey, I don't want to say this, but you guys must be aware, I believe, there's a huge, I should not say huge, there's a big profile marriage of Smriti Mandana was called off? Do you remember? Hope you guys remember. Yeah, Diksha says yes, 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 yes. There were so many speculations initially about what has happened, and all that. Finally, it led to infidelity, my dear friends. He was unfaithful towards, okay, Mandana, Smriti Mandana. Okay, that was found out, and the episode happened after that. You guys could have now can relate. She removed all her photographs later on with all the social media, including her friends. Also, they also removed all the photographs of those couple, and that was a serious thing. It was looked at. Okay, it all happened because of not just overnight somebody's health went wrong and all that. No, when he was discovered his infidelity towards Smriti, and that was he was caught red-handed is what I've been whatever the media reports that I had seen. He was caught red-handed, and they had to really call off their marriage. Infidelity. And now guys understand what even the fidelity. There's a company called as Fidelity. Not many may not be knowing about it. That operates on it's a fintech company called as Fidelity, my dear friends. What do you mean by fiddle? You tell me, guys. Faith again. Fiddle means faith. Is such a fiddle, let's say, such a is a person known for his fidelity. Yes, faith or loyal. Yeah, investment companies. Yes, yes, you're right. But it's a fintech company though. These days it's become a fintech. Okay, Fidelity as a company. Okay, again, please understand when it comes to money matters. Okay, yeah, faith in money matters does matters because that can keep a person's words on top. Okay, if a person says I'll give this money on so and so date, so the entire banking system runs behind it on EMIs and all that. Okay, when that is not properly kept, their credit history goes for a toss. Please understand. Okay, so this does matters. Fiddle, and please understand the word confidant. Okay, means someone whom I can trust the best, someone whom I can trust. Because he's such a confidant person to me. Confident also, guys. The simple word confident shows. Okay, if I have great confidence with my friend, please understand that means I trust him so much. That's the word FID in it. Please take it out, guys. Wherever you find FID as three letters together, you can blindly say that word has to do with something to do with faith or loyal. That's it. Okay. Likewise, guys, I have a list. What I'll do is like I'll share the entire list a little later. Okay, through let's say Sushmita. Probably you guys can go through it. If you guys can, I have an entire list A to Z of list of let's say root words, prefix, suffix, and all that. So if you guys can smartly work around every day, if you guys can improvise, at least learn 5 new, let's say, root words. Okay, you are bound to grow with your vocabulary skills like anything, and English will become such a cakewalk for most of you guys. Confined doesn't have FID together, Siddhi. Confined doesn't have FID together. I want FID together anywhere. It means it's loyal or faithful, something of that kind. Okay, hope you get me. Confined is different. You know what's confined? Confined to a small area. Okay, that's called as confined. People have some phobias. What is the phobia of a confined space? Who knows the answer? Confined space. Quick answer. Who knows the meaning of the word? Phobia. Phobia of confined spaces. Yeah, claustrophobia. Ganesha quickly says claustrophobia. Please understand the word claust sounds like closed. Okay, so something's closed or enclosed within, such people will get a major fear. That's called as, yeah, confidential documents means trustworthy documents. So claust means closed, my dear youngsters. So claustrophobia, okay, a fear of confined spaces is called as claustrophobia. Hope you all get me, guys. Okay, who can answer this? I'm going to ask another question here, guys. It's all about improvising a vocabulary in this session, the initial part of it, and then we'll go applying it in the real time, how it can be asked as a question in big time in let's say, competitive examinations, my friends. I'm going to type in a question. Please answer your best, guys. On the phobia front. Okay, can you guys observe this and tell me what is that? Gynophobia. What do you mean by the term gynophobia? Because in my session, usually I start with concepts. I make you guys strong with concepts, and then I'll go in solving questions. So I'm just making you guys stronger with the concepts now. Don't. Sanya says fear of women. Irrational fear of women. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys are right. Siddhi, Prachi, Diksha, all of you guys. Good on you guys. Gynecologist. Tell me, guys, who's a gynecologist? Gynecologist. Who's a gynecologist, guys? So they forget that. Women specialist. Again, IST specialist. Women. Okay, women health issues. Take it that way. Women health issues specialist is a gynecologist. No men can go there, isn't it? So, if you are smart, guys, tell me what is the antonym of the word gynophobia? Who can answer that? What's the antonym of gynophobia? Quick answer, guys. Can tell me that. What's the antonym of it? Siddhi immediately says androphobia. I think androphobia, Apple computers should have about androids, isn't it? Just getting a joke. Andrologist. Diksha says andrologist, androphobia. It's not just there. Gynecologist, andrologist. Sounds good. Gynophobia is where I've started. The answer is androphobia. Okay, andro refers to androgen. Gynophilia. Because you know what is Phil refers to? What do you mean Phil there? Who knows the answer? This is a meaning. I mean, I told you about the root words. Phil has a meaning there. Oh, because don't go to that. Phil means love. Yeah. Okay, now gynophilia. Okay. Greek word for love. Perfect. Now you tell me, guys, what is gynophilia then? Gynophilia. Who's gynophilia? One who loves women, like anything. Okay. Love for women. Yes. Women itself is plurals. SK. Don't add S there. Okay. I really want you to observe now. Fantastic. Okay. Now, youngsters, now I hope you can understand what is root, prefix, and suffix. We are working out on it combined with you all guys. Okay. So I just want to know. Forget that. Let me not ask this now because we are running short of time again. So, well, I'll move on, guys. Guys, now I taught you guys something called as RPS method. Okay. That's the second methodology which I taught you upon the entire vocabulary, guys. Which is the best? I'm being honest. Which is the best? If you want to, in a quick time, if you want to upgrade your levels of vocabulary, please go get into RPS method, root, prefix, and suffix. Get strong with the word, with those new words which you may be acquainting little sooner and all that. Guys, what is for one we say mono? Do you remember? One we say mono. For two we say duo, a dual, and all that. For three we say try. Guys, hope you understand. For yeah, that's fine. I want to observe. What do you say for 9? Who can answer this? For 8, we say octa. Remember, for 8, we say octa. So immediately, Prachi, everybody says nano. You're wrong, guys. Okay. Nano means microscopic. Am I clear? Nanotechnology. Microscopic. Guys went wrong, guys. I'm just correcting you right now. It is nona. I'm sorry. It's Nona. It's Nana. Don't take it otherwise, guys. Um, Nana. You're right, Sandhya. That's so, guys. Sometimes we go wrong like this. Don't get excited. I want you all to go with the right words. Okay. As I'll ask you two more questions, that I'll set it right, guys. Okay, listen up. Now, I want you all to work out some synonyms and antonyms along with me. Okay. How do you call someone? I mean, usually people call people with the highest level of intelligence, they called as wise. Am I clear? What is the antonym of the word wise? Who can answer this? What is the opposite word to the word wise? Who can answer this? Foolish, dumb. Pravalika, dumb can also be like one who can't speak. They call it as dumb, deaf and dumb. Another logic, Pravalika and everybody. One who's can't hear, they're deaf and they can't speak because they don't hear any sound here. So they don't understand what's the sound. They can't speak, deaf and dumb. Timid is shy, brother. Gaurav says timid, foolish. Dumbo is a Hindi word. We use it that way. So come on. Is there a better word? Is don't think like fools, idiots, and all that. At your levels, I want you to push your levels up. How many of you heard of this word called as moron? Yes, all these learnings, I want you to take it strong. How many of you heard of this particular word called as moron? Yeah. Is there a better word? Yeah, is there a better word is what I'm asking you guys. A moron is almost a no-brainer. Okay. Yeah. Is there a better word is what I'm asking. That should be the right word, guys. Have you ever heard about this word called as imbecile? This is the right answer for this particular question, my guys. Yes, imbecile is the right answer for this question. Dunce. I like that. Dunce, imbecile. Both are similar words over there. Good for giving that particular option, Siddhi. Okay, I'll ask you another one, my friends. You know how do you call a confused army in English? How do you call a person who's not good in spending even for the required expenses? How do you call such person? Stingy. Do you agree? Stingy. Perfect. You guys have started to answer. I really want you to pay attention now. What is the antonym of the word stingy? Antonym of it, the word stingy. If you get it, I'll be so happy, guys. Let's see who can answer that. Quick answer. Generous and stingy. Kind. Generous. I've been getting these answers. I'm still having a look at it. Lavish. I liked your liberal. Stingy and liberal. Like all your logic there. I'm really enjoying answers this time. All right, okay. Guys, stingy are those who don't spend money, okay, well, even for the right expenses and all that. Prodigal. Sanjay says prodigal. Benevolent. Wow. I can see another GEN. Guys, listen to me. Any words which has GEN in it, it means people. Please pick notes if possible, my dear friends. Benevolent, any word which has BENE anywhere talks about, let's say, goodness or something. Okay. Benefits. Benevolent is the one who gets the benefit. Such people are called as benevolent. There's a name called as Benedict. He's called as a Saint Benedict. He was such a saint. He was such a noble person. That's why he called as Benedict and all that. I got this answer, guys. Last, I got an answer. A couple of, I don't know, they don't name themselves here. The person who's writing it as spendthrift is the best answer for this, my dear friends. These are rare words. I want you to remember, spendthrift. Okay, I'll ask you another question. Guys, most of you went wrong. Only one soul got the answer. Whomsoever it is, I really appreciate. A spendthrift is someone who doesn't have control over spending. They keep spending a lot of money and all that. Okay, so such people are called as spendthrift. Okay, another question. Harini is your name. Probably should change it, my dear. It's a good answer, spendthrift. Okay, thanks, Harini. And moving on, I want you all to pay attention, my dear friends. Mm. Guys, I don't want a normal answer for this one. What is the opposite, again, antonym word to the word? I like it, miser. Miser. It's by spendthrift, a miser. Miserly is a character. Do you understand? Okay. Sandy, I like this answer as well. I would say this is the second best answer, but not spendthrift is the first one. Yeah, a miser is someone who doesn't spend money that much and all that. Okay. Because a spendthrift is so hard to spend money. They don't at all. Now, guys, I don't want, let's say, for the next question of mine, which I've typed in, I don't want, um, let's say, a prefix based answer. Frugal is a lovely word. Frugality is the quality they express, such frugal people. Because good one. Okay, but the best answer is spendthrift because that goes with the context well with the opposite term. I've typed in a word now. Again, I told you that I don't want any prefix based answer. Okay, for example, I've typed in selfish. I don't want unselfish here, which Tom, Dick, and Harry will think like that. Okay, I really want you to push your levels a little higher and tell me which is the best word to this word selfish. It talks about the quality of a person here. Somebody who's so selfish, self centered, egoist. Are egoists are not self centered? I want an antonym of it, my dear. I think it's Harini, who's written down as egoist. I should say narcissistic is more, they are like so obsessed as human beings and all that. They call us narcissistic. Think better, guys. Someone, how do you call someone who's unselfish? Because I'll give it to you. Altruistic is the best answer. As because got it. Okay. Altruistic. Philanthropic. Phil again, being kind, lovable and all that. Okay. And the anthrop refers to, again, Santhia's word. I'm just trying to figure out with RPS method. Phil means love. Anthrop refers to human beings. And words ending with IC again will be an adjective. So it's a quality of a person. Again, generous. Gen means people because it's just written down as gen. Generous. Magnanimous. Again, MAGN means magnify. Do you understand? Something huge. Animus. Guys, anim refers to again people. Okay, OUS is a quality. It's a huge quality of a person. That's called as a magnanimous, considerate. We're going too much, Sandhya. No problem. We'll stop it out here. Okay. Hope you guys understand what is RPS method. I've given a lot of examples. Okay. Okay. One last one, guys. I don't know whether you can able to understand this word. Who's a pedophile? Okay, with E, please. Pedophile. Who can get this answer? Who can be called as a pedophile? Pedo refers to? There we go. Phil means what? Guys, Phil with E, without E. Phil means love, lover of something. Okay. Yeah. So who's a pedophile then? Was sexually attracted to children. Siddhi says in a quick manner. Such spineless, characterless people, they exploit children for the sexual desire. Guys, such people have to be dealt strongly in the society, my guys. They are like hopeless people. Okay, enforcing someone at a very young age on a sexual desire can't be accepted, guys. Okay. So yes, of course, our laws are a little stronger and all that, but there are so many people who are going unnoticed and all that. So sorry to say this, but yes, such a thing can happen. It's so unmoral. There's no morality in it. Okay, there's no morality. They've been exploited badly. Okay, I'm just moving on. I still want you to pay attention, my friends. Irresponsible, not irresponsible, brother, because irresponsible. Um, do they have a disorder? I think the disorder itself. Yeah. That's pedophile. Yeah, there you go. Yes, that's why we learned today something called as RPS method. Yes, we'll do one thing now. We'll go attack some questions. It's high time now. Okay. So I'll move on. Yes, can you all ping me? Yes, if you can able to see this particular document of mine. I'll go to the first one. Can you all able to see this? Okay, words, phrases, meanings. I'm going to start off with for a change. Okay. Um, Kicking the bucket is an idiom. You know what's an idiom, my dear youngsters? What's an idiom? Any idea what's the word idiom refers to? What's an idiom? Who can answer that? Quick. Mohaber? Idiom? Saniha, what do you mean by that? Funny phrase? It's not funny actually all the time, Pravalika. Euphemism, expression whose meaning is different from the sentence. See, these fine there. Okay. It's a group of words referring to something, but not exactly the meaning of the words given as a sentence, a group of words, and all that. That's the whole idea about what's an idiom. But say, hey, don't beat around the bush. What does it mean? You have to go take a stick and stop beating around the bush? No. But forget about answering right now because no, no, no. First, let's understand. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the exact words given, it cannot be giving the exact meaning. We should figure it out the meaning and all that. That's what it's called a figurative meaning and all that. That's why Siddhi also says that way. So that's called that. Okay. Now I want you to observe. So what do you mean by the term beat? Don't beat around the bush. Means don't go around. Speak straight. Don't go around and around and around words. Speak straight. Okay. That's called as don't beat around the bush. If somebody says, "Hey, I'm caught between the devil and the deep sea," what's the meaning? Devil and I'm caught between devil and the deep sea. What does it mean? A huge dilemma. And the worst part is, Harini, both the options are bad. Both options are bad. Okay, that's a very, very bad situation for a person to go through. I'm caught between the devil and the deep sea. This is another idiom that I want to share with you guys. Okay. I hope you don't get into such situations at all, personally speaking, Mary guys. Okay. I'll move on. I really want you to pay attention now. Look into this one, guys. Kicking the bucket. Okay. Somebody says, hey, uh, my uncle kicked the bucket. That means, okay, it's a humorous way of saying that is no more. Okay. So is it a dictum? Is it an incantation? It's an euphemism or it's an addendum. A dictum means, listen, you have to do it. If you write and somebody shows, hey, these are the dictums you'll have to follow, means you'll have to follow those instructions carefully without missing anything. Incantation, I mean, you keep. What do you mean by incantation, Mary guys? Who knows the answer? Incantation? Who knows the meaning of the word incantation? I'm seeing already Sandhya saying euphemism. What is incantation? Come on, youngsters. What's incantation? Nobody knows what's an incantation? A special word which has a magic effect. You're almost there, Siddhi. Chanting, can't, chanting a particular set of words again and again and again and again and all that. Okay. That's called as incantation. They go to a different level altogether by incantation and all that. Euphemism is okay, praising someone. Okay. Okay, and saying something in a funny manner is called as euphemism. Okay, over there. Addendum is adding to ADD means added to a particular, let's say, document. That's called as addendum and all that. Okay, let's not go too much into it. Definite answer is euphemism. It's a funny way of saying something. It's called as euphemism. Okay, what do you know what's an eulogy? Who knows the word eulogy? But you have to be careful now. What's an eulogy? The Christians can answer this. What's an eulogy? Nobody's answering. Is which means praising someone, okay, in a good manner. Usually, let's say on a funeral service, some people will come forward and they'll do their eulogy. They talk high about the person who's dead, who's no more. That's called as eulogy. No, no, it's not neology. It's eulogy, please. Yeah, somebody who's not alive. Usually, Christians they'll do it in the churches on a particular day. They'll arrange for a funeral. I mean, after funeral, they meet together and they talk high about someone. who's no more, who died recently and all that. Okay, that's called as eulogy. That's an extra learning today. Now look at the second question, guys. If you do not dash, your monthly expenses would exceed your income. Second question, who can answer that? Pick the right answer, guys. If you do not dash, your monthly expenses would exceed your income. I'm happy you guys are answering already. If you do not save, your monthly expenses would exceed your income. There are two answers which are confusing, is what I feel. Economize is one which I'm seeing many of you are answering. Good on you. Okay, I can understand, guys. The opposite word to the word economize is splurge. Do you guys agree? Splurge. And the right answer for this question is, guys, go with the context of the sentence given. If you do not economize, your monthly expenses would exceed your income is the right answer. First option. It is not save. If you do not save, your monthly income, okay, and the expenses will go so high and all that. You think it can come the second best answer? Splurge means, okay, spending money lavishly. That's called as splurge. Yeah, lavishly. Sandhya, spending a lot of money lavishly. In India, don't take me wrong, guys. I see a lot of Indian weddings are called as Indian big fat weddings and all that. Do you remember Anant Ambani's wedding, pre-wedding bash? Somebody spending crores together for a pre-wedding bash. Yes, the sagacious, again, it's a short form of the word sage. Though I'm going a little away, Siddhi wants to know what sagacious means. It's a quality of someone who can take wise decisions. Such people are called as sagacious. So he's coming out with some new words. So I wanted to give it out to you guys. Sagacious. Okay, sagacious means quality of someone who's so good in taking decisions. Guys, sage is a word. Please remember the first three letters SAG gives a hint that, okay, it's like sage kind of a thing. Okay, a sage in good olden days. Okay, when even kings were a little confused as to how to do an administration. Sometimes they go sit with the sage. They'll ask the sage, "Hey, I'm facing this particular problem. Can you help me out?" And they'll come out with some, clear, verdicts they give, judgments they give sometimes, and which the kings will take it up and go to the courtyard and they'll announce it to the public and all that. Okay, so please observe, my youngsters. I'm moving on to the next one. Just a moment. Go on to the next one, my friends. You may wonder how the next two questions, who can answer that? Let's say 3, 4, 5. I want you to answer, guys. Criticism that tears down without suggesting areas of improvement is not dash and should be avoided if possible. Criticism that tears down without suggesting areas of improvement is not dash and should be avoided if possible. Constructive is the right answer, not sagacious, by the way. If you want to know the meaning, I've given you the meaning of the word sagacious. What is pertinent, guys? What is pertinent? Who can answer that? What is pertinent? Who can answer the word, what is pertinent? Who can answer it quick? Pertinent to is contextual and all that. That's a simple answer Siddhi gave. Is get to know all these words, my youngsters. Okay, I'll move on. You may wonder, fourth one, you may wonder, I've given the answer as constructive for the third question. You may wonder how the expert on fossil remains is able to trace descent through teeth, which seem, I'll just let you know, my dear friends. Just a moment. Descent through teeth, which seem dash pegs upon, which to hang whole ancestries. Who knows the answer for this one? Because these are commonly asked questions taken out from a particular, few, practical papers. You may wonder how the expert on fossil remains is able to trace descent through teeth, which seem dash pegs upon which to hang whole ancestries. Can I get your answers, guys? I know you. Some of you have answered. I want more people to answer as well. I want at least some of you guys to answer. Quick. Get to know the meaning first, guys, before you arrive at your conclusions and all that. Just a moment. Novel means, Sandhya, it's new or something new. Generally, it's called as novel. It's a novel attempt, they say, right? So what's the best answer, guys? Try to look into all the options. Which one goes the best with the context of the sentence? Pick it up, my youngsters. What's the answer? So this is inadequate. Specious is an argument. Inadequate, says Sandhya. So your best answer is over here is seem inadequate pegs upon which to hang whole ancestries. Inadequate is the right answer. The context is not argument, so it's inadequate. Yeah, you're right. You're perfect. That's what I'm also deriving at. Go to the fifth question, guys. There are double blanks. So either it will be single blank, fill in the blank with the right options, or sometimes double blank. See, in this particular fourth question, some of you wanted a clarification. You may wonder how the expert on fossil, you know what's a fossil, right? Hold on, I'll get back to the fifth one, my guys. There are a few people who are asking for the clarification. You may wonder how the expert on fossil, okay, fossil remains, is able to trace descent, okay, descent through teeth. That means he's going deep into the teeth, and it's how what could that particular person can see out of it, which seem dash pegs upon. Pegs means it depends upon. Yeah, pegs upon which to hang whole ancestries. Ancestries to the past of a particular person's, several generations behind. Okay, so which seem inadequate. That particular trace of whatever this particular fossilologist could have found out, okay, which seems inadequate, not good enough, okay, to find the whole ancestries is what it says. Okay, no more confusions on it. Let's go to the next one. The dash successfully repelled every dash on the city. Let's go with the context. I think you guys can get confused between 2 and 3. Thanks, Tejashwini. 2 and 3. Please look it out. The dash successfully repelled. Repelled means, okay, fought back the best. Who fought back the best? Now, if you look into the options, defenders successfully repelled. First option. Citizens successfully repelled. Thieves successfully repelled. No, thieves can also be repelled. Fine. Judge. The means, guys, it's a definite article. So judge is a common noun. Judges should be the answer. So fourth, we can eliminate immediately, guys. Okay. Successfully repelled every criticism on the city. No criticism on the person. So fourth is an easy eliminator. Okay. Now we have 3 options available. Defenders successfully repelled every comment on the city. Defenders to comment. I don't think so. It goes with the context. Leave out 1 as well. 2 and 3. I want you to look into 2 and 3 and find the best answer, guys. Choose any one of them, please. Siddhi, you can do the recommendation, no problem. Probably at the end of this particular session, you can do it, Siddhi. Because I'm also planning to give them a list of roots, prefixes, and suffixes and all that. Okay. So yes, others can, get on to this particular answer, please. Between 2 and 3, which is the best answer, guys? The thieves successfully repelled every robbery on the city. Well, they are involved in robbery. They can't be repelling on the on robbery and all that. Okay, every robbery on the city. So obviously, 2 is the right answer. The citizens successfully repelled every onslaught on the city. Onslaught is like a huge attack. Okay, fantastic. Two is the right answer. Many of you are feeling so. So moving on to the next one. Next slide. I want you to pay attention, guys. Come on. Just a moment. Okay, can you all look into this particular question, please? Okay, check out this question, guys. Choose from the answer choices given under each sentence the phrase that gives you the same meaning as the words italicized in the given sentence. The epidemic of plague had broken out. That's what italicized there. Hope you guys are saying it. In some villages of Maharashtra. Broken out means eradicated, spread, ruined, disturbed normal life. Which is the answer, guys? Quick. What's the answer, guys? Quick. 20th one. Can I get you some answers? Please have a look at it, guys. Do well. What's the answer? Quick. The epidemic of plague had broken out in some villages of Maharashtra. Guess this pandemic, epidemic. Those are again opposite words in nature. We all had pandemic some years back. Remember? Okay. Pan means across. Remember, pan means across. You know what's a pan shot? It's a big shot across one end to another end. That's called a pan shot in cinematography. Okay, in camera work and all that, isn't it? So we talk about epidemic, which happened in a particular place. Epidemic, okay, of plague had broken out. What's the answer, guys? We need to find the italicized word broken out. What's the meaning of it? We need to find out. Spread, spread, spread. Everybody is saying two, two, two. It's fine. I'm happy. Go to the next one. When the thief saw the sentry at the main gate, who's the sentry, guys? Quick answer. Who's the sentry? Who's the sentry, guys? Always try to understand the words completely. A god, a watchman, you know, something like that, okay? At the main gate, he managed to get off from the attack. What do you mean get off? Yes, we go one at a time, please. 21. Answer 21. Because don't jump around. Let's go with one at a time. I've already observed your answer. Escape, escape, escape. I'll give it to you guys. He managed to get off from the attack, escape. The moment he saw the sentry or the watchman at the gate, he managed to get off from the attack. Before he could get attacked, that person ran away. That means escaped. Dodging is like, let's say I'm getting a stone at my end. I move a little so that it goes away. That's called as dodge. It's not overpowered or hide himself. Escape is the right answer. That goes well with the context. 22, guys. Though defeated, Chechnya, the separatist republic of Russia, would not give in. What's the best answer, guys? Would not give in. What's the answer? 22, guys. 22. Would not give in, would not yield. Beautiful answer, guys. I like the way you guys are answering today. Go on to 23rd one, please. 23rd one. Just a moment. Please have a look at 23. The judges took down the evidence produced by Harshad Mehta, the chief accused in the security scam. Took down. Such an easy one. Answer quick, guys. Come on. Took down. What do you mean they took down? Recorded. It's a lovely answer. That's the right answer. Recorded. Many of you are trying to answer that. Recorded. Took down the evidence produced by Harshad Mehta, the chief accused in the security scam. Fine. 24. The affection of his wife bore him up in the midst of all his problems. Easy one, guys. Who can answer that? Who can answer the 24th one? The affection of his wife bore him up in the midst of all his problems. I'm observing all your answers as well. What are your best answer, guys? Come on. Sustain, sustain, sustain. Provisional or sustain, guys? In the midst of all his problems, Bore. You know what's bore? Deep down. Okay. That means so deep she was the affection of his wife, bore him up in the midst of all his problems. Sustain is the right answer, guys. Sustain. Okay. We'll go to the next one. 25. Tentative agreement on the plan was disclosed. Tentative. What do you mean by tentative? You can answer that. What do you mean by the term tentative, guys? Quick, quick, quick. You can answer that. Provisional, provisional, provisional. Means something temporary, my dear friends. Something temporary. Okay. Tentative is something temporary. You know what's a tent? They keep it temporarily for a while as a housing and all that. Okay. Tentative. I want you to remember this word that way, please. What are the tentative dates for the election, for example? Okay. Before they come to conclusion, okay, they'll give it may be from April 23rd to okay May 4th, something like that. Okay. So provisional is the right answer. Guys, I'll tell you, maybe some of you, when you go approach, let's say, for certain examinations, they'll ask you to submit your provisional certificate, which is, let's say, a tentative certificate of your education. They'll ask you to submit and all that. Okay. Just keep this in mind. I'll move on to the next one. Oh, just stuck up a little. Huh. Okay, this one, my friends. I wanted to quickly get the answer up. The cricket match proved to be a big draw. What do you mean big draw? Quick answer, guys. Come on. Look at the question number 26 to 30. What do you mean by big draw? Not certain. A tie. Uncertain. 2, 3, 4. Huge attraction. Okay. The right answer is definitely huge, a huge attraction. A big draw. Could have been, my friends, the final between the Cricket World Cup that we had. We could have had a final between India and Pakistan. It could have been a big draw. The number of people who watched this particular match on live would have been great in crores across the world. Okay, big draw means something huge, huge attraction and all that. 27th question. Pandit Nehru was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Born in a middle class, wealthy family, family of nationalists, born in a family of intellectuals. Because if somebody says somebody's born with a silver spoon, they're well off. They're born in a high class family and all that. So we keep this in mind. Number 2 is the right answer. I'm also discussing the answer straight away. In the armed forces, it is considered a great privilege to die in harness. What do you mean by die in harness? Die with pain and suffering? No way. Die on the battlefield? Maybe. Die while still working? Working for an armed forces person, the work is majorly in the battlefield. I'm just highlighting it. Or die with honor. So die with honor. It is considered in the armed forces, it is considered a great privilege to die in harness. What's the answer, guys, on this one? Die still working because no? Okay. Now, it is die on the battlefield. That's the brave death, what they call it as. 20, the thief took to his heels when he saw a policeman. It's an easy one. Guys, have you ever seen, guys, when athletes run so fast, their heels, the back end of the foot, it'll hit their back a little at times, guys, okay? That's what is given out here. Took to his heels. They run so fast, they took their heels, they run so fast and all that. So he had some pain in his heels, ran away from the scene, confronted the policeman, could not decide what to do. No, the answer is 2, as you all be aware. 29 is definitely 2. 30th one, to have an axe to grind. You know what's an axe to grind? You know, axe is used to cut, to chop and all that, right? To have an axe to grind. To work for both sides, to have reason to criticize someone, to have no result, to fail to arouse interest. On the 30th question, guys, what's your best answer? To have an axe to grind. I'm sure already people have responded. Guys, let me check your responses. 30th question, what's the answer, guys? Reason to criticize. Reason to criticize, as many of you are feeling so. So brilliant, guys. Okay. A reason to criticize someone. I'll ask you another question, guys. Okay. On the same context, a little. Can you check your chat box a little quick and let me know, guys? Okay. I thought I'll ask you a challenging question. That's to grind. Something similar to what I would ask. Wait a minute, guys. I'll give you a challenging one if possible. I want you to check it out, guys. What do you mean with the term bone in a mango? I just left out please keep this in mind. Bone in a mango. What do you mean by bone in a mango? Who knows the answer? How do you call, what do you mean with the term bone in a mango? Who can know it? Who knows it can type in, please, quick. I'll wait for your answers. Poor? No. Can you guys try more? Archaeological or historical context? I'll still say no. Siddhi wants to know the word meaning of, so novice meaning? Novice means someone who's got great, no great experience, an amateur. A novice can be amateur, Siddhi. Selfish? No. Born in the mango means Shweta, Sushmita will share that or have shared it already. Okay, your attendance. No, my dear friends, no. Born in the mango means, okay, a contention, a contest. So you throw a bone in front of dogs, it'll fight a lot, right? So that's how it is. I hate to say this. Remember, guys, some months back in Manipur, two women were nakedly paraded, and they were like the bone in the mango there, guys. They were like, yeah, people are so been contesting, to really get into some nasty things with them and all that. So sad to say that, even. Okay, so fine. Usually, to have an axe to grind is like usually Sas Bahuka thing, they keep criticizing for no reason and all that. Okay, so I'll move on. So still, I want you to pay attention. Check out this question, guys. Fill in the blanks with the correct alternatives provided in the option. The dash terrorist was finally dashed by the police. I want you to quickly answer this question, please. The dash terrorist was finally dashed by the police. Famous terrorist apprehended by the police. Notorious terrorist nabbed by the police. Crafty terrorist admonished by the police. Renowned terrorist caught by the police. Which one is the best answer? Quick, fastest fingers there. 31st, what's the answer, guys? Quick. Notorious criminal nabbed by the police. Many of you are saying that. I'm happy. Z feels is one. No, one is famous terrorist is finally apprehended by the police. No, with the context, option 2 is the best answer, my dear friends. How many of you realize, my dear friends, okay. You all heard about Ajmal Kazab? I thought I'll connect with you guys a little. You all heard about Ajmal Kazab? Tell me yes or no. If you know, yes, ping yes, please. I see the immediately is 2611, like 9/11 for America, 26/11 for India. Okay. How many of you know, my dear friends, he was the first ever terrorist captured alive during operations? Do you all know that? He was the first ever okay, terrorist captured alive during an operation in Taj Hotel. That's one of the first of a kind where a terrorist is nabbed during an operation live and taken up for narco analysis and all that. Narco analysis. And you know what? His entire deed, what he did in that particular station, he loaded up an automatic machine gun, went about killing spree on a killing spree with people around. I think he killed close to 80 to 90 people at a time. So sad. Okay, and we have so much of evidences, and still, okay, our judiciary took a long term to give a verdict upon him, and and India had spent close to 30-40 crores on his safety and security. So they'll get back to you. Okay, and back then our president was Pranab Mukherjee, took a superb stand. He looked into the merits and demerits of the case, and he came to a strong conclusion. Okay, for such a culprit, okay, is against a nation, so he can be hanged immediately. Presidents have some superpowers, and he took up that particular superpower and he hanged uh, Ajmal Kazab. Okay, very rarely you would have seen president's intervention, and he did it. And I felt initially it was a bit harsh, but then the kind of let's say the crime that he was involved is absolutely so sad. And I felt little later, yes, okay, sometimes president can come down and give a nice verdict as well. Okay, so I just want to let you know that. I'm moving on. There's the next one, 32. The village headman was unlettered, but he was no fool, for he saw through the businessman's proposition and promptly dashed him down. Who knows the answer for this one? It's question number 32. I want you to ping your answers quick as you can get it up. The village headman was unlettered, but he was no fool. Unlettered means he was not educated, but he was not fool, for he saw through the dash of the businessman's proposition and promptly, okay, promptly dash him down. Guys, connoisseur means someone who's so good in art and all that. Connoisseurs, okay. No, what's a deception? Sophistry. The businessman promptly turned him down. So we got two turned as an answer for the 32nd question. That's also a hint for us because they want to give you a tough time. Is it naive? Naive means someone who's so innocent. For he saw through the innocence of the businessman? No. Sophistry means quite, cunning and all that. Okay. Bit of sophistry is like a bit of high class way of behavior and all that. Okay. So the villageman was unlettered, that means uneducated, but he was no fool, for he saw through the sophistry of the businessman's proposition and promptly turned him down. Fourth is the right answer, guys. Fantastic. I'll move to 33. We were amazed that a man who had been the most dash of public speakers could, in a single speech, electrify the audience and bring the cheering crowd on their feet. So which one is the right answer, guys? We were amazed that a man who had been the most dash of public speakers could, in a single speech, electrify the audience and bring the cheering crowd on the feet. Guys, question number 33. What's your best answer, guys? Let's see who can understand the answer. Question number 33, please. I want your quick fingers to answer now. Question number 33, please. Yes. Somebody's asking a question for me. So this is assume and presume. I'll get back to that. Next question number 33. I want you to answer, guys. Come on. Question number 33. Yes. 33. Only few people have answered. Only Deepika could able to answer. It's 33.3. 33 is third option and all that. And Deepika K says 1, 2, 2. Zara says 2. All right. Okay. Let me check what could be the best answer. Question number. We were amazed that a man who had been the most dash of public speakers could, in a single speech, electrify the audience and bring the cheering crowd on the field, on the feet. That's a challenging one, guys. Okay, we were amazed that a man who had been the most enthralling of public speakers. No, that's enthralling is an emotion. Accomplished of public speakers could, in a single speech, electrify the audience. Second one is the right answer, guys. 33 is 2. Not pedestrian. Pedestrian who walks, guys, PED. Guys, remember PEDE. PED, pedophile, remember? Child, children. Pedestrians are drawn on the roads for people to walk through and all that. Such people who walk on, let's say, on the pedestrian, they call this, that's called a pedestrian. The place where people are allowed to walk on the street is called a pedestrian. So people who dwells on, let's say, on the roads, they also can be called as pedestrians. Who lives in the sideways of the roads, they still can be called as a pedestrian. So it's not masterful. Choose right answer, guys. 34. His presentation was so lengthy and dash that it was difficult for us to find out the real dash in it. His presentation was so lengthy, that means it can be so huge and all that. Okay, that was difficult for us to find out the real dash in it. Is it skill in it, or meaning of it, or content of in it? What's the answer, guys? 34. I wanted to figure out your answer on 34. 34. You see, you can also say that pedestrians are means ordinary. People who walks by on the pedestrian and all that. Okay, they're still called as normal layman. They say and all that. So thanks for your again, laborious answer there for verbose. Yeah. Many of you are getting it right, guys. I'm happy that. Okay, verbose content. His presentation was so lengthy and verbose. Verbose means like talking with a lot of words and all that. Okay, but it's difficult for us to understand the real content in it. Because when somebody goes talking, sometimes we don't find the content in a good manner. So that's the answer. We'll go on to the last one, and I'll answer some of the questions raised by you guys. Okay. They refuse to dash any more evasive replies. Evasive is trying to avoid, and decided to resolve the issue within the dash of the major. Uh-huh. They refused. 35th one, guys. What's the answer? Let me check. And then I'll give my answer to you guys. They refused to. Yeah. Wait, what's the answer? 35th one. Can you all ping your answers quick, guys? The quick answer was suggested. A quick answer. Thanks for your answer so far, guys. Okay, I'm just looking at your answer. Eccentricity, notice under eccentricity. It's what brook. I don't know. Many of you wouldn't have noticed that. Is what I feel. A brook means it's a small, let's say, stream of water running around. Is the real meaning. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's a brook. It's a small pathway and all that. Okay, for water. Okay. So this one is a quality question, guys. They refuse to notice any more evasive replies and decided to resolve the issue within the eccentricity of the major. They refused to brook any more evasive replies and decided to resolve the issue within the jurisdiction of the major. Bloom and intelligence. They refused to bloom any more evasive. No, bloom and intelligence can't be the answer. They refused to suffer any more evasive replies and decided to resolve the issue within the fortitude of the majors. They refused to suffer any more evasive replies. No, 3 and 4 can't be the answer. It should be 1 and 2. Okay, they refuse to notice any more evasive replies. They refuse to notice any more evasive replies and desire to resolve the issue within the eccentricity of the major. Eccentricity of the major. So brook, they refuse to brook any more evasive replies Athens brook, as I told you, it's a passage of water, like a stream and all that, a small stream, and decided to resolve the issue within the dash of the major, jurisdiction of the major. The jurisdiction of a particular area is what we can say. So I will go with option number one. Notice an eccentricity, my dear youngsters. I think, and somebody asked a question a little earlier. Yeah, I really want you to pay attention. I've given you my answer choices there. Guys, I want you to pay attention now. Um, Somebody asked me a question between what is the difference between assume or presume. A predetermined notion is called as a presumption. I think it's Siddhi. Let's repeat. A predetermined notion is called as presume, whereas assumption can be made while, it's not a predetermined notion. It can be made at any time. I assume, okay, I assume that Rahul is such an innocent person based on some of his previous, reactions. I can presume that this person, okay, is an innocent person or a little naughty and all that. That's the real answer, Siddhi, that I have for you. Okay. And guys, today we dealt big time upon vocabulary, my friends. Okay. Chetan, you've been asking for, can you share the PPT with answers? I've not marked the answers there, but if you could have followed this session, you could able to understand what's the answer, my dear, because I think I've discussed throughout and I gave this particular answer to you guys, looking into all the options as well. Okay. And Siddhi wants to recommend these three good books to improvise your English language as such. Okay. Um, yeah. No, I'll read it for you guys. Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. Idioms and phrases. Sandhya, there is a certification of participation is definitely planned and all that. Okay. And there's another book called Synonyms and Antonyms. Okay. The next two books are from Arihant Publishers. So please make avail of it. And my promise is that I also promise that I'll send you through Sushmita a list of, okay, let's say, guys, if you smartly improvise on these three areas, that is root words, strong in suffixes and strong in, let's say, prefixes and all that, your language abilities will go higher, guys. Okay. So keep that strong with you guys. And with this, it comes to an end to our session. So as per my promise, I'll share the document to Sushmita a little later. So thank you so much for attending, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the learning. And please have a good night's sleep, guys. Thank you so much. Good on you, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, Sushmita. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you for joining. Good night. We'll wind up further.